Do you have an underperforming team? Do you have a team who seems to be behind their numbers consistently? In today's video, I'm going to show you what exactly to do if it's the entire team or even if it's an individual in your team who's not doing what he or she's supposed to do. My name is Iyore. I've trained thousands of salespeople across several countries: Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I'm featured on lots of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I worked at an organization where I was given a target to sell to 20 high net worth individuals. I was able to bring the 21 high net worth individuals to the organization in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup and all expense paid trip. I moved to another organization where I was able to double my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. I'm the CEO for Advantage right now, and our specialty is in Salesforce management. This means work with sales teams, partnering with CEOs and the team leads to help them optimize sales results and get sales results faster and in record time. Now, if your team is not doing well, leadership is not a reward. Leadership is a responsibility. And it's a responsibility because there are many aspects of the things you will do as a leader that you will be surprised how you contribute directly to the output of your people. This is why we say that there are no bad soldiers under a good general. Once you're a good general, you produce great soldiers. Now, this doesn't mean that you're a bad leader because your people are underperforming. But what it means is that you have the power to actually make a change and help them move from underperforming to becoming a top performing person. For you to help someone move to become a top performing person, you need to know what to do. You need to be a top performer. Now, I don't mean you need to be, sometimes people say things like, in fact, do you know that some companies, they hire people to become, they get people to become team leads, or they promote people to become team leads because they are doing well in their sales. Because you are doing well in sales doesn't automatically mean that you can lead. So it also goes the other way. So because you're not doing well in sales yet, doesn't mean you can't lead. The point is, the whole idea of you being a leader is that you are ahead of the people that are following you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you are busting budgets yet. But at least the people following you should be able to learn from you. They should be able to see that you are on your way. You see, sometimes it's not the fact that you have not made the target as the issue. It's the fact that you have given up and you are no longer making the required efforts to meet the target or the budget that's before you. So you want to keep pushing and keep trying to make the efforts to get the results you desire. That is part of what makes you a leader and makes you worth following and makes you the kind of person that can turn around sales in your team. So turn around sales in your team is not something that is a mystery. You just have to check your leadership style. Now, there are two leadership styles that you can always use. You can either use what we call the Theory X and the Theory Y leadership style. Now, a lot of times, people lead based on what they believe is the right way to lead. But we should not lead based on what we believe is the right way to lead. We should lead based on what we believe is required to get the people to do what they need to do. So we don't lead with our philosophy alone. We lead based on what is required. Now, Theory X says people are lazy. People don't like to work. People need to be micromanaged. You need to be monitored closely before they can get you the results. This is what Theory X believes as a leadership style. Theory Y, on the other hand, believes that people love to work. People, if you give them direction and show them what to do, and you step back, and you check from time to time for milestones, you will start, they will do a lot better and they will thrive. Because how people perform is based on who is leading them. But they like to perform. So Theory X, Theory Y, which one do you live by? Don't just say, oh, I don't like to micromanage. I hear a lot of sales leads saying things like, I don't like to micromanage my people. I like to give them space to do what they have to do. It's not about liking to micromanage or not liking to micromanage. The point is, at the stage of your team, or at the stage of this individual in your team, what is required? Is it micromanaging as required, which is Theory X, or is it giving them a free hand, which is Theory Y? The truth is, it is always better to begin. If somebody just joins your sales team now, it's always better to begin with micromanaging. See, it doesn't matter if the person is very experienced. Don't say things like, we got this person from XYZ company, he's very experienced, he's in bossy budgets there. when he comes here, let's just give him a free hand. No. The person doesn't understand your culture, the way you work, your systems and processes. It is better you begin by close marking and close monitoring. Then when you notice that the person knows what he or she is doing, you step back. If you do the reverse, where you just give them a free hand to do what they like to do, and they are now underperforming, then you now want to go and start micromanaging, there will be a lot of pushback. Now, if you're in the latter, if you find yourself in that situation, maybe you believe that the reason why your team is underperforming right now is because you have stepped back and you've allowed them to do what they need to do, to use their initiative. But now, it has brought you to a point where your team is underperforming. You just need to take the bold step now and do what you need to do. And that's why one of the characteristics of leadership is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to do what is right even when you're afraid. What is right for you to do right now? Take the bull by the horn. Take control of your team. Insist on what you want to be done. So you don't say things like, Iyore, I've been telling them they're not listening. There's nothing like you've been telling them they're not listening. That's why you're the leader. You insist. You insist. You put your foot down. I remember the former chairman or CEO for Pepsi, and she shared a story about leadership. She says she said she met Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs was asking him that, it's just some advice on leadership. And Steve Jobs told her, the late Steve Jobs, he says, when you want your people to know that you really mean it, hit your table. Now, it's not now the whole idea of that thinking, if you want your people to know you really mean it, hit your table. The whole idea of that thinking was from the standpoint or perspective of sometimes if you look like you have been talking soft, and nobody's listening to you, at a certain point you need to raise your voice so that they will hear you. And now, you're not supposed to raise your voice consistently all the time, but you're raising your voice to let them know that, hey, the temperature right now is not the same. You're hitting your table to let them know that right now, things are not the way things are not where they're supposed to be. Let's move and make some changes. So, take that bold step and insist that they do what they're supposed to do. Now, what are the first steps you need to take? After, of course, this is the first step. Begin to make up your mind that you're going to apply Theory X. You're going to close mark, you're going to micromanage, and you're going to check everything they do. You're going to go out to them more often to engage prospects. Before they go out, you want to check and hear what they are saying. You see, I've seen people who are experienced in sales. They've been in the sales team for a long time. As long as they've been in that company, when I still engage them and I ask them, I say, tell me about this, tell me about that. Some basic things about the product, they still can't answer. What's the reason? The team lead is not doing what they're supposed to do. So before they go out, can I see all the meetings you're going for this week? Can I have them? You see, you're checking. Okay? Okay, she's about to go out. Okay, please, before you go, come to my office. All right, let me hear you. Walk me through. Ask questions about the products. Ask questions about the sales process. Do role playing before they step out. And this is in the case where it's an individual that's behind in the performance. If it's a team that's behind the performance, every morning have meetings. Increase your meetings. See, when a team is not doing well, you must increase the meetings you're having. When the team starts to perform and improve, you reduce your meetings. That's how it works. So increase your meetings. Move from 1 meeting a week to 3 meetings a week, or from 3 meetings a week to meetings every day, or from meetings every day to meetings twice a day. Take a step further in the direction of change. Law of physics, a body will remain in a state of rest, meaning that the team will continue to underperform until an external force is applied, until you try or you do something different. So try or do something different. Have more meetings. In those meetings, focus on training, focus on coaching, focus on role playing. Now, I have a material. Managers took it. You need to get that material, right? A lot of people have been buying that material from just watching us here on YouTube. If you get that material, in that material, we have a training manual that you can use in every morning to train your team so that you can bring your team up to speed. Because, see, if anybody's not doing well, it's because they don't know how to sell. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the company. The proof that you can sell is the results. So if you're not making enough sales or you're not meeting the results, check the issues, which is training. Keep training, keep coaching, keep encouraging. Check where they are going to. Go out with them. When you go out with them, make sure that they see you selling and engaging. If you don't know how to sell properly, Continue to develop yourself. Continue to train yourself. Go through the contents on our channel here. Visit our website. Whatever you have to do, just do what you have to do so you can upskill yourself enough to help your people get the right results and start to sell successfully and consistently. So if you put these things to work, I believe that you'll get your team up to speed and you'll be able to start to produce results in record time. Remember what I said? Theory X, theory Y. Determine the best model for you right now. Next thing you want to do, make sure that you plan and have more meetings with your people. Infuse training, infuse role playing, test your product knowledge, do these things consistently. If it looks like you're not seeing results yet, remember, things grow downwards first before they grow upwards. That you are putting in effort and you're not seeing results doesn't mean it's not working. Every effort you put in, something is changing, something is happening. But if you stop, you will not see the results. But if you continue, you will eventually see the results. By the way, what's your job as a sales, as a leader? Your job is to train. Your job is to coach. Your job is to test some role plays. And your job is to make sure people are doing what they have to do. And the only way that can happen is if you do the things that I've said you should do in today's video. I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. If you haven't subscribed to the next video, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe here. If you haven't watched this next video, please watch this next video. And I'll talk to you soon. God bless.